Hello and all, welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, we're here to recap UFC 322's welterweight bout, the one that put together Carlos Prates against former welterweight champion Leon Edwards. We're going to talk about this fight. Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification, get all of this is new from this channel, your channel, one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Look, UFC 322, top to bottom, literally, even the early prelims, the last fight in the early prelims, it was just fascinating to say the least. This, I believe it was the last fight in the early prelims, or the one before last. I want to say it's the last fight, early prelims. Long story short, top to bottom, this card was phenomenal. We said that on this channel prior to the card. We said the UFC 322 is a phenomenal card. We said on paper that this is perhaps the best card the UFC's put together all year. I think, looking at things in retrospect now, that is most certainly the case. Lots of knockouts. Obviously, the fight that we're talking about right now ended in a knockout. Carlos Prates finished Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards, I believe, never been knocked out in the UFC. If I'm not mistaken, commentators talked about this very thing after the knockout, obviously. He was submitted last time around against Sean Brady, the guy who's also got, obviously, the worst end of things in his fight, obviously, against Eddie Morales. I do digress a bit. Leon Edwards gets knocked out by a Carlos Prates. I have to be honest, up until the moment of the knockout, Leon Edwards was doing pretty good. He did choose to grapple with Carlos Prates, perhaps a different approach than we're used to from Leon Edwards, at least as of recent. In his most recent performances, he chose to strike more than anything else. Long story short, Leon Edwards was finished by Carlos Prates. The guy's, 2 wins in a row right now. I mean, sky's the limit for Carlos Prates. He did ask for a title shot after his win over Leon Edwards. Personally, I don't believe that that's going to be the case. Morales versus Prates is perhaps to determine the number one contender for that welterweight title. You do have Shavkat in the sidelines. You have Kamaru Usman, obviously, who's next fight might be a title fight. It might be a number one contender fight. Who knows? But so many different guys have to fight it out to determine the number one contender for the title. Carlos Prates is most certainly in the conversation. Where does Edwards go from here? If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.